It's Monday, April 1st, 2013, and let's talk about what happened over on xdadevelopers.com this weekend. I have a little bit of an announcement, personal one, that I have to share with you, but I'm going to wait for the end of the video, so let's go ahead and get started with the news. And you all just skipped ahead to the end of the video. Awesome. Thanks. For those of you who stuck around, I have a couple of stories to share today. First up, the Commodore VIC-20 was one of the first readily available personal computers you could get. In all honesty, I've never owned one. My family started out with, I believe it was the IBM Tandy, and I was about 5, so yeah, that kind of dates me there. But if you, like me, have never been able to get your hands on a Commodore VIC-20, now you sort of can. XDA recognized developer Elban has taken the work of the Android SDL team and Sergey Pylypenko, I'm going to do that one terribly, and he's managed to build on top of that into the VIC-20 Emulator and got it running on top of Android. So if you've ever wanted to run some of those old VIC-20 games or some of those old VIC-20 applications, now you might be able to. Just go ahead and give it a shot on your device. Of course, this should be taken as a very early alpha stage device, version something, but go ahead and give it a look if this is something that you're interested in. I know there are still people out there that are interested in things like the Atari 2600 and of course the old Commodores, so this is going to be right up your alley. Moving right along, one of the things we like to focus on here at XDA is learning and teaching you how to learn. So the next couple of stories I wanted to talk about were basically tutorials. First up, XDA senior member Lamar Ib Jamal has created a tutorial for Adb Commands. Essentially just anything and everything you'd want to do as a new user learning about Adb. He goes through a list of the different commands, how they work, what they do, things like that, just to get you started and rolling. You're definitely not going to become uber developer overnight or anything, but it's definitely a good way to start off learning about the Android debug bridge so that you can learn a little bit about interacting with the back end of your device. And the next one up was another decently useful tutorial by XDA recognized contributor Erased. Essentially, it's a way of creating your very own one-click utilities for Windows, and when you start looking through it, it's showing you just how to write batch scripts. It shows you how to echo things to the terminal, how to run commands from the terminal, and how to ask for input, things like that. Essentially just writing some very simple, to the point, batch scripts and menu-driven things so that you can, like I said, create one-click applications for Windows, or menu-driven applications for Windows, but they're all from the command line. Again, not something that's going to turn you into uber developer overnight. It's really just going to allow you to wrap up certain sets of commands, or flashing things, or whatever it is you want to do in terms of like running a file or manipulating some document or something like that. Very limited stuff, but it is definitely a way to get started, a way to help you automate some stuff. Honestly, I've done an awful lot of scripting for my day job, so batch scripting is just another thing like that, and if it's something that's useful to you, you might want to take a look at this tutorial as well. And finally, there were two other videos posted here on XDA Developer TV this weekend. The first one was a device review of the HTC Droid DNA by me, looking at it from a developer's perspective, and then over on my channel I have looking at it from a consumer level perspective, which I tend to do when I look at devices on my channel. And then on Sunday, Jace put out another video in his Careers in Android series teaching you how to become a hacker, or letting you know maybe that you might want to consider becoming a hacker. Lots more developer interviews in that video, lots of great information, sort of trying to help you decide whether you want to go for a full 4-year college degree to become a software developer, or if you want to go to one of the hacker schools and get it done very, very quickly and get out there and start working. But in terms of news, that's going to be about all from me for today. Very quick announcement here. I've been working here on XDA for almost a year now, and I have some good news and bad news. The good news is I've been offered a new job. It's going to require me to relocate to California. I'm going to be working for Samsung. As you may or may not have heard, Steve Kondik is going to be leaving Samsung. There were a lot of news stories about it this week. Well, apparently I'm going to be taking his old position. So that's cool. That's a thing. Now the downside of this all sounds good so far. I mean, the downside of course being my family and having to leave friends and everything, but the downside as far as you guys are concerned is that I'm not allowed to make videos on YouTube anymore. So sorry about it, but the job, the family, and everything has to come first. It has been an amazing year. It has been amazing getting to spend time with other people from XDA and getting to make content that you guys can see and sometimes enjoy. But yeah, just keep it short, sweet, and to the point. It's been amazing. It's been fun. And hopefully they'll find somebody else that can do what I do, and probably find somebody that'll do it better than I do. But that's going to be about all from me for good. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to receive XDA's content moving forward. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for an excellent year, and bye.